Okay, good morning, everybody. So happy to see you all this morning. The one of the best tools we have in our life is the language, right? We can speak. Even we have one of the best tool in our lives. Sometimes languages are very difficult to communicate what we have in our mind. So what we are understanding, what we are trying to tell other people, language is the best tool, but same time it is very difficult. We feel limited. So therefore, English is not my first language. So this is my second language. I can speak, I mean it, but I don't know how you get it. How you understand it. I don't know that because I cannot be responsible for that. Therefore, I'm always reminding people, when you listen to somebody adapted language and talking, so I'm always reminding people, because I'm talking a lot, don't listen to my words, listen to my heart. If you listen to my heart, you will get it. If you listen to my word, you don't get it. Makes sense? It's same any languages. So therefore, I try my best. So, anyway, we all want to be joyful, balanced, content, and happy. You all understand. I'm not going to talk about those things. That is our goal in life, whatever we do. So anyway, I know I'm so annoying. So I am understanding that. And maybe people who do with me closely, they know my nature. So, yes, they do. Right. Oh, thank you. I knew you are going to say something, Tyler. I was waiting for it. And so, so if I'm annoying now think about 30 years ago, how difficult to work with me. I'm not unkind person, but my work ethic is very different. So that's my uniqueness. So that's how I work. And also, I used to be a very angry little monk. So after I became a monk age 11, when I'm going through all the process, and I used to be very angry, very annoying because of my negative mindset. I'm accepting that. One day, within a 5 minute, whole school closed. Can you believe, that much I was annoying and to the other students and the teachers. I am not afraid to talk. So even I was in the school, I'm always, if I see something not right, even the staff or the principal, I go to the office, I just say it. Therefore, I'm always in trouble. Why? I'm always, talking how I feel. So anyway, now, being a monk last 40 years, when I process my practice day by day, I can see big changes are happening in my life. So people who see me, people who are living close to me, they can see my nature. I'm kind of progressing, I'm kind of changing. That's why I'm very busy in the world, because of my practice. Thousands of people change their lives too. I can see that. I'm very honest about my journey. So anyway, now I can see big shift in my practice. So I am getting better. I am more mindful about my feeling, mindful about my words, mindful about my action. Very mindful before I say something to somebody, and also I take lots of time to process. Then I say it if there is no emergency. That's how I'm doing now. So that means still I'm annoying, as I said, right? But now I can see I'm getting better, I'm progressing, I'm going towards the right direction. So today what I'm going to talk to you, the Buddha said we had to address this in the last of our enlightenment. That's the last part. And same time, I can see even we had to address in last, but it's the first part too. So there is an issue in the beginning, but we had to address it last. But now anyway, I think in my practice, my journey and your journey, we have to talk about it. So now I'm thinking myself, before I come here, I was in Detroit, and then before that I was in Australia. When I go to Australia, I was 21. Now I'm turning into 56 this year. So you can see, long time I'm moving around and try to understand myself. Same time I try to maintain this spiritual practice and sharing this teaching with other people. So today I'm going to talk about the root of our problems. The root of our problems. Root of my problem, which is I am figuring out right now. I'm working on it. And maybe you can consider about that too. So I'm going to tell a couple of stories, how I understand it, how I start to see it, how I am processing my life. So maybe it will be beneficial to you. So first time when I left Sri Lanka, I was 21 and never had the experience out of country, just graduated from the school, and I'm the only option my teacher had to send somebody to Australia. I don't know what he was asking me. I don't know what I'm going to do. No idea. He gave me a ticket. I just left. Now after I go there, it's a 5-acre land that time, and I'm just by myself, middle of this farmland in Brisbane, Australia. So people coming to the temple only weekends, but this 21-year young man by myself in this farmland, first time out of the country. So it's like a tin sheet roof, no air conditioner, very hot during the summertime. I'm like in heat. However, I'm working with people. So during that process, one day I felt, this is not right. You can see my now annoying nature, right? So this is not right. I cannot be a prisoner in this building. They are coming every weekend. They bring food every day. I feel I'm a very comfortable prisoner. Everything is there, but I feel I'm stuck. Then one day I was thinking to myself, no matter what, I have to explore. I want to experience life, what is going here in this area. Then I saw there was a white bus going by the temple. Then I was thinking, I am going to get into the bus ride. I didn't tell people, people think I'm very stubborn. Yes, I do. And so without telling people, I was thinking I am getting into the bus. I'm going to have a bus tour around the Brisbane city. So in Sri Lanka, even 100 people sitting in the bus, if monk get into a bus, who are in the front seat, they get up, even 100 people in the bus, we get the seat. That's the rule in Sri Lanka. It says in the front seat, it says it's for the clergies, for the monks or people, the religious leaders. So I'm so used to that. My age, that time, I'm always getting to the bus in Sri Lanka. So having that intention, I was getting to the bus. I was thinking somebody, now think about, I'm wearing it's very difficult. It's a piece of clothes. It's not a dress. I'm, putting it, right, wrap it. Any minute is losing. So then I was getting to the bus. I was thinking somebody will offer me a seat. Now, right after I get into the bus, everybody kind of rolling their eyes and kind of looking at me, kind of weird person. I'm talking about like 30 years ago. Who is this person? I feel a little uncomfortable, then kind of having expectation, look around the seat. Why? My mind is conditioned. Somebody will give me a seat, but nobody give me a seat. I was so upset. I'm so uncomfortable. Now I'm standing in the bus. However, now I cannot get off from the bus. I have to get down in the Brisbane city. But I'm so worrying and concerned. I get down in the Brisbane city. I'm not comfortable to travel. Then I get into the next bus. I came back. That much I was uncomfortable. What I did right after I come to the temple, I called my teacher, who ordained me, I said, I don't like Australia. So, then he asked me, because you can see I'm like a child is. And so, I don't like Australia. Could you please take me back to Sri Lanka? Then he asked, what's going on? What happened? I said, I don't like this country. He asked, why? I said, I was getting into the bus. Nobody give me a seat. So then I said to my teacher, could you please, send me a ticket? I want to come back to Sri Lanka. Then he said, sure. Don't worry, it will be fine. I will send you. But he never sent me a ticket. So then now I'm still working at the temple. Same time I'm worrying my expectation. I really want to go. I don't like this country. I don't like these people. I don't like this culture. Lots of things going on in my mind. Then one day, same time I had to give a talk. I have lots of information in my head and as details. Then one day I was sitting and thinking myself, what's wrong with me? Something wrong. I'm so worrying and I know it is a new experience. Then I realized why I'm so worrying, why I don't want to be in this country. What is the problem in me? Then little by little I realized I'm so worrying about myself, who I am. Because my mind is so conditioned, because being in Sri Lanka in a Buddhist culture, Jay is here, he's Sri Lankan too, he understands monks are always on the pedestal. Always in the top. That's how they trade. It doesn't matter monks is 7 years old or 70 years old, doesn't matter. Always monks are on the pedestal. That's how we raise whole my life, age 11 to now. So now my mind is conditioned to that, therefore I have lots of expectations. Culturally I'm conditioned. So then I realized the problem is the way I'm believing about myself. I'm believing about myself. Then I was questioning about who I am. Why I'm worrying. Then I realized the biggest issue in my life, everybody has this problem, ego-related issues. Because I'm believing who I am. Then I was questioning myself. I don't have a great wisdom that time, but I had lots of academical information, what I learned from the books, but I don't know how to process them because that age. Okay. So anyway, I realized this is the problem. My ego, my egoistical mind is the issue. Now I am trying to get into the detail little by little more and more. Then I am processing, I am getting better. Then I was there 5 years. Then 5 years later, I had the opportunity to come to United States. First, I landed to Atlanta. So right after get out from the Atlanta, there was a tall, 6 foot tall guy, the African American man looking at me. And the way he was talking to me when I come out from hey man, what's up? Right? Then I was thinking, what's wrong with him? That's what I was thinking. Why? Culturally, I don't know what he meant by that. I felt it is so rude. Again, I felt somebody poking me. This makes sense? Now I feel a little hurt. So then I realized, but the good thing about my practice, I recognize this right away now. There's a problem, not in that person, problem in me. Now keep processing. Then I came to Detroit. Then I'm running the temple. Again, one day, I had the opportunity to have a Greyhound bus ride from Detroit to New York City. Okay? So it's a very interesting, this story. And so now I was getting to the Greyhound bus. I was sitting there. So in the last minute, nobody sit next to me. I'm the only person, but next seat is empty. Nobody sit, kind of weird. Then I realized maybe they are not comfortable to sit with me. But still I feel hurt about that too. Why? I'm taking everything personal. So in the last minute, there was a young man, maybe he's 18, 19 years old, I can see. He just get into the bus, look around, there is no seat. Then only seat he can see next to me, very uncomfortably, he was sit down next to me. Now he can sit like a statue and he's not moving at all. I am in the window seat, there he is in aisle. Then I felt he's like frozen. So, my nature, I always talking. Then I thought, I cannot ride like 15 hours like this in the bus. And I had to get up, I had to move, and then I said, hi. And then he said, hi. That's it. He's not looking at my face, nothing. Then I was thinking, he doesn't like me. That's why he's not talking. Now think about how difficult to adapt to a new culture. So then I was keep trying. Then the first question he asked from me, are you married? Then he asked, who are you? Then I said, I was so proud to say, I'm a Buddhist monk, right? Then he's not excited about it. Right? Then he asked, are you married? I said, no, monks are not married. Then he said, oh, you are crazy. Then he said like that. Now I totally understand what it means. Now, many years ago, 30 years ago, when somebody say, you are crazy, then I was thinking, I'm a Buddhist monk. How come I'm going to be crazy? I know there are so many crazy monks anyway now, right? I understand that too. But that time I don't have that wisdom to get it. So then I thought, doesn't help. Talking with this man doesn't help. But however, very few words we talk. And so I was so uncomfortable. I'm sitting there 15 hours later. When I get out from the bus, I said, thank you so much sitting next to me. What I had the little name card, like a business card. I just gave it one card to him. Then he didn't say thank you. He just grabbed it. He just walked away. I was a little upset again now. And so anyway, I did my trip. Then I returned to Detroit. Then I had the opportunity to come to Chicago here. Then I moved to here. Now I'm living here. Then 5 years later, I got an email. Then I can see there is an email. I cannot remember. He was telling me a story. Hey, Bante, I met you at the Greyhound bus 5 years ago. I don't know whether you are living this world or not. And I have an issue. So that time, I don't know about the Buddhist or Buddhist monk. I was going to my college. And so therefore, when you talk to me, I felt a little uncomfortable. Now being in New York City, I am more exposed to, the monks and the religious leaders. I feel a little comfortable. Now I am graduated, but I have an issue. I'm, the substance. I'm using drugs. So sometimes I feel suicidal. One day I was thinking I'm going to kill myself. That thought came to my mind. I came from work. I was laying on my bed. I was thinking how I'm going to take my life. Then that moment, thought came to my mind. Oh my God, I met a Buddhist monk long time ago. Maybe better to contact him before I die. So then he just sent me that email. Still I have that email. He sent it to my old Hotmail address. And so then right away, I called him. There was a phone number. Then I said, I can help you. How can I help you? So then I said to him, very difficult to help you from the distance. Then I said, I'm living in Chicago. If you need, please come here. I will help you. Then he said, where I'm going to stay? I said, you can stay with me. And so without thinking too much, I asked him to come. Then there was, another monk who used to live with me. That evening I said to him, there is a guest coming tomorrow. Then he asked me, who is that? I said, I don't know. But I met him, 5 years ago in the Greyhound bus. And he's a drug addict. And I'm going to help him. I already, asked him to come and stay. Then he was so upset with me. What's wrong with you? How he's going to, we have, the 2-bedroom apartment in Crystal Lake. And how we are going to do. I said, already I made the plan. I'm very sorry. And he's coming. So then he came and stayed with me a few weeks. Then I said, you have to go to each meditation classes with me. And so without my guidance, you cannot do things. You are under my roof now. So I'm going to help you. And now he's doing good. Every morning he's meditate with me. He's going to all the classes. He did really good. So then after, the few weeks later, I felt he's getting comfortable with me. I'm getting comfortable with him. We are doing so well. He's doing so good and practicing really well. One day I was thinking this is not right. Now he's getting more comfortable here and I'm doing everything. Now he has to go and experience his life. I made the proposal. No, this is enough now. Now you have enough tools. You have to go back where you were and you have to find a job. You have to make your life better. Right? Then he said, no, I feel fearful to go to the real nature again. I said, no, I'm here to help you. Please go. Then finally he made the decision to go. He left. Every day I call him. Every day he called me. We communicate. He did really well. After a few years later, he was calling me and said, Bhante, I have a girlfriend. I'm going to marry her. Can you come and do our wedding? So then I did that. Now they have 2 children. And so they are doing so well. What I'm trying to tell you, sharing this story, that day when I was at the Greyhound bus, it was so challenging for me because of my egotistical mind, right? Because it's really hurting me. It's really painful for me. Even I had that little pain in my own mind. What I did, I was keep talking, keep trying to help. Even I gave him a card. I had the good intention. So if because of my egotistical mind, even it is so painful for me that day, if I didn't respond to him, if I didn't give him a card, if I didn't give him a little kindness and compassion, I think he never make his life like this. So therefore I'm telling you, ego, self, believing self is a silent killer. It's destroying yourself and also destroying whole world. Now think about even I, shift my mind, my thoughts, a little bit positive direction. It's helped me and also it's helped another one man. So what I'm trying to tell you, ego is painful, but ego is very healthy to live our life. Same time, all the problems come to us because of our egotistical mind. So according to the teaching of the Buddha, there are 2 different truths in this world. Usually always we say there's a one truth. But according to the Buddha, there's a 2 true truths. So first one we say conventional truth. All the names, all the labels we made. Now think about, we call the Blue Lotus Buddhist temple. Even look like a church, we call the temple. It's a conventionally, I made this name, the Blue Lotus temple. Now you all have names. Conventionally, your parents, they made it for convenience. Otherwise, how we are going to do that? How we are going to communicate? How we are going to talk? So most of the things we made names and label for our convenience, but after many years using that names, labels, now we are believing it. We are believing it is real. But it is not real. We made conventionally to make our life comfortable. Right? Then Buddha was talking about another truth. It's called the ultimate truth. So that means when we are living in this conventional world, we understand in reality, whatever we call conventional, in reality, there is no such thing. Does it make sense? There is no such thing. That's what we call the ultimate. So being in this world, we cannot run away from the conventional world. Even I'm enlightened, even I'm a Buddha, still I have to function in this world. To function, we all have to have that conventional ideas and label and that truth to exist. That's what I call the healthy ego, to survive. But in reality, there is no such thing. One day, somebody asked from the Buddha, who is I? Simple word, right? Who is I? Buddha said, believing something not exist. I means believing something not exist. Now I am asking you, who is I? How you are going to define I? You can define I, my name so and so. I live in this city. I dress like this. I am a teacher. I am a business owner. I have long hair. I have bald head. Right? Always outside, the information using that. That's how we are introducing ourselves. That's real you? Your body is I? The way you dress is I? Way you talk is I? No. Now think about, then Buddha used an example. Then Buddha said, think about like a car. We say it's a conventional name, right? Car. So in the conventional names in the car, there are so many brands. Right? There are so many brands. When we say car, that shape, the way it looks like, we label it as a car. Now think about, then Buddha said, take all the pieces out. Now after we have different pieces, different piles, pointing one pile, do we say this is a car? Then we say this is a metal. Pile of metal, right? Metal, something like that. That's what we say. After we separate all the pieces, we don't say a car. But after we put pieces together, certain shape, then we call it a car. Then it's become a my car. So another experience I had long time ago. Now still we have that blue car at the temple. Asaji is using that car now. And so long time ago, I had a very old car. Very, very long time ago. And so one of our members used to live here. He moved. His name is David. People already know. And so he said, Bhante, this is not right. You need the car. Let's go and get a car. And then what I did, he said, let's go to a Toyota dealership in, what is the road? 31. Right? 31 Toyota dealership. Let's get a car. Then I said, sure. I don't know about the car. Only thing I know how to drive. And then I went to the Toyota dealership. Then he said, Bhante, look for a car. Then I look around. Then I saw that blue car. Then I said, okay, I like blue car because the temple is a blue lotus. Now think about my conventional mind, right? And I was thinking, okay, I like the blue car. Then he said, okay, let's do the test drive. I did it. Tyler knows my nature. I said, it's okay. I like it. So then I said, okay, I like it. Then he said, okay. Then, the dealership people took like hours to fill the papers and signature, right after another signature, thousands of signature. After a few hours later, manager came to me and holding the key. Congratulations, this is your car. Then this is my first time brand new car. Now I'm so excited. Now I have a brand new car. Even I know how to drive. David said, Bhante, now you can go home. The rest I will take care of. Then I came back. Now I'm driving home very carefully. Very carefully. I parked the car. Then a couple of monks used to live with me. They are excited for me too because I have a brand new car. So then everybody come and open the door, push the buttons, and they are very excited. I was so upset. Stop! This is my car. Don't touch it. Don't break it. I'm so worrying. Like child, right? I'm so worrying. Everybody was laughing. Then we parked the car. We don't have a garage. That night, I cannot sleep. Why? I'm so worrying about my old, brand new car. Outside, somebody will steal it. Then I was thinking, that night, first night, I couldn't sleep because I'm worrying about my car. Then, I know it is so funny, right? Then I realized, what is the issue with me? Then I was thinking, this is the practice. I don't understand while I'm sitting on the cushion these things. I was thinking and gaining the wisdom. Then what happened? I was thinking, how many times I was driving by Toyota dealership before I buy this car. More than 1,000 times back and forth. 31, I was driving back and forth to my classes and things. I saw thousands of cars there, but I didn't have any interest, even one car. No interest at all. I just see there's a dealership. Right after I go there, pick a car, put my name into it, got the key to my hands. Now I'm driving like an hour, 35 minutes, 40 minutes driving. Now I feel this is my car. Now think about how we are creating the problems. Before that, I didn't have that issue. Now I have a car. So then I realized what I did, I put I into that car. This is my car. Still I know conventionally it is my car. I have a car, it is my car. Now this is how I understand with my practice. Now still I call it, this is my car. I'm really taking care of it. I'm really good with that. I'm taking care of my car. If something going wrong with my car, I'm totally fine. So now I'm always telling the monks, we get the accidents. That's so normal. If you get into the accident, if you are not breaking your back or any bones, you will be fine. Later we can fix it. But if 20 years ago, I don't say that. I said, be careful. Right? Even other day I said to Asaji, look at this car, lots of dents and things. What's wrong, right? I was asking, I will ask that. But I am not getting upset with it now. This makes sense? Why? I know it is conventional. So now you can see why we have all those issues come to our life. Whatever six senses we have, we are using our sixth sense. Whatever we see, we put I into it. Whatever we hear, we put I into it. Whatever we taste, we put I into it. It makes sense now? So that is the issue. So what we are doing now, without focusing on that area, that mind, that challenges, we can do other 1,000 good things around it. Then what will happen? Still, you are building ego. Now people say, oh, I don't do anything wrong. I come to the temple. Only thing I do, good things. People even doing the good things, they have an egotistical mind. So now think about Marty. I will use, I can see you. I'm using you as an example. So Marty came to the temple yesterday and worked because we have a fundraiser, in the farmers market. So she worked so many hours. I didn't have time to say goodbye to you. I did my work, I left. Now think about when I'm leaving, still you are working. Now think about, you did something awesome, helping. Now some people I know, I'm not talking about Marty now, some people I know, after we help, oh my God, Bhante Sujata didn't come to me and say thank you to me. He didn't send me a thanking note, So saying thank you to the people who work hard, that's my job. I have to say that. If I don't say thank you to people, I have to address that. If she's expecting that, there's something wrong with that person, not with me. So that means even we are doing all the good things, having expectation, what is that means? Still, we are developing our egotistical mind. So, all the good things we create, we call the meritorious deeds or wholesome deed, whatever. If you are not aware about what you are doing, still you are making ego in your mind. When you do bad things, of course, there is no question about it. So therefore, if you think I'm always doing good things, therefore I'm perfect, no. You are not perfect. Still you are building ego. Most of our things, using our senses, what we are doing, building this egotistical mind. So, now think about when you understand more about that egotistical mind, then you become so humble. That means you are ready to bend down and ready to bow, ready to respect, ready to listen, but don't become a doormat. When you become so humble, that means people think, oh, now people are going to use me. Right? So I will tell you one last thing. Long time ago, Nancy May, who passed away, she and myself did a retreat here at the temple in this space. It's called the Lovingkindness retreat. Yoga and meditation all day retreat. After, there was a man in the neighborhood, he is homeless. He always come to this building. Always come to building, always asking money. We know about this man all the time, very difficult, and he never listen. He's always coming and asking money. He always asking money for milk for the baby. So then what he does, after we give money, he go to the convenience. What he is doing? He knows we see it, but still we are keep helping him. So after lunch, we are sitting here. Nancy and the group was there at the door, and everybody is taking a little break. Then I saw that man came in. He's asking money from those ladies. Okay? So I can see now. Doing here, get out! I said that. Then Nancy said, Bhante, this is loving kindness retreat. That's what she said. I said, Nancy, doesn't matter. I know the story. Right? So, now people think, Bhante Sujata, the loving kindness monk, I'm not always, and be honest, I have my moments. Even I'm humble, I'm ready to surrender, I know how to say things. So therefore, you can taking care of your egotistical mind. Ego is a healthy thing to have in your life, to live this life. But if it is annoying to you, be careful about that. When you are working on it, be humble. But if you become a doormat, something wrong with your practice again. So what I'm asking you, if you really want to have a peaceful, loving, kind, perfect life, so whatever you hear, whatever you see, whatever you taste, whatever you take in using our six senses, be careful. Don't put I into it. Just see it. Merely see it. Merely hear it. Merely taste it. Otherwise, we always put I into that. After that, we are creating whole story around it and make the demon. Then we are worrying and suffering. Does it make sense?